CMUEagles.com with Central Methodist head men's basketball coach Jeff Sherman as the team prepares to travel to Missouri Valley on Thursday for a 7:30 p.m. Central Time tip-off. Coach, your team has already been through the first half of conference play. What did you learn about your squad as you prepare to start the back end of league play?
Well, first of all, I think we'll be a different team the second go-around. Much of that just due to missing down on a couple of starters that we had to start the season. I think we're okay. With where we're at, we're sitting there right there in the middle of the pack. Could be better, could be worse. But at the same time, we've had some very good games. We've gone out and competed. We feel good about our team going into the second half of the conference season. But in all honesty, it's a much different team than what it was, come the 1st of December when we had the services of John Palmer and Eric McDaniel. You sometimes talk about adversity, and you like to see how your team handles that. To be where we are right now in our situation, I think is big time for us, and I think that's a tribute to our players, our coaching staff, of looking at the big picture. The whole goal is to get better every day. I think our guys are doing that, and in return, we're picking up a couple of good wins, and we're competing very hard on the nights that we're not coming on top. I think we're in a good spot right now, but it's going to be an uphill battle. With one being a little shorter margin of error, that we have to go into each night. But we know that, we prepare for that, and we'll play to that.
You look at Thursday's game, not just a game against your biggest rival in the league, but also an important game because both teams receiving votes for the National Top 25. Missouri Valley sits a game ahead of you for the third automatic bid from the HAC to the National Championship. The Vikings have already won one game. Going into the game, how much importance do you put on winning this game because of the implications it might have at the end of the year?
Well, first, Missouri Valley is very good. And the disappointing part that I have, as I'm sure that Missouri Valley might have right now, is national votes. They have been a strong third spot. We both have been right there tied, but they haven't really picked up the national respect yet that many teams have in our conference at being third. They are still very much an unknown, and that makes them scary. So we're well aware of how good they are. They came into our place. They dominated us for the most part throughout the game. We had a very strong finish that fell short. But they do have an advantage on us. They're one game up on us. Obviously, for those that don't know, the head-to-head competition on any ties, this game is very important, so we don't have any opponent, pick up 2 wins against us, because we would lose the tiebreak if it were to come down to that. So the bottom line is Missouri Valley is good enough to be in the top 20. They're just flying under the radar screen, and I think in a lot of ways that makes them even scarier. If they were a top 20 team, teams might talk about them more, might prepare a little bit better. We all know what they're like, and it being a rival game, it's going to be a well-attended game there at Missouri Valley come Thursday night. So we're going to have to put forth our best effort, obviously, which we need to do anyway. But this is a scary team, very well-coached team, and it's probably the best Missouri Valley team I've been around probably the last couple of decades.
When you look at the first matchup, both teams opening up conference play, Missouri Valley, like you said, an unknown, kind of shell-shocked your team by jumping out to such a big lead before a second-half rally feverishly fell short. What did you learn about your team's ability to match up into Missouri Valley in Game 1 and talk about, even though you lost, how the ability to come back maybe set the stage for something tomorrow night?
Well, that particular game was, season opener in conference play. We were disappointed that we didn't come out of the gate better. It was not because I think Missouri Valley surprised us. We were well aware of how good a ball team they were. My hat's off to them for their preparation and ability to jump on us right off the bat on our home floor. The thing that told us about our team is we were 20-some down, 23, 24, 25 down, and we got it right back into. We had a possession right there at the very end to tie the game. It told us a lot about our team, our abilities to be able to, come from behind. But at the same time, the disappointing part was not coming out, getting ourselves ready to play. We have to be ready to play because this is a very difficult place to play. Missouri Valley, I believe, has only lost one home game on their floor this year. They have not lost a conference home game as of yet. So this is a very strong, experienced team that's enjoying their success, and it's just not going to take an average effort to pull them down. It's going to take a pretty mighty, overall team effort, detailed effort for us to pull this off.
James Layton leads their team in scoring a little bit more than 13 points a game. Their entire team presents athleticism and length and range, but talk about James's ability, what he does for their squad, and maybe some of the rest of their players.
Well, first, I think they have the best, from my opinion, they have the best 4 or 5 positions in the conference. And James, what you mentioned, plays the 4. He's got good length, good size, can score inside and out, and that's tough. He can score inside, which is what a lot of 4 men do. He can flat out shoot the ball. I think they do a lot of things through him. They're better when they do that. He plays a lot of minutes. That's something that we can't allow to happen much without him really having to work. Very good ball player. He really ought to be scoring more points than that. The thing that they really have is they have 4 to 5 very good players that are contributing scoring every night. They're 5 men, they're centers having big nights, and the 2 of them are going to be big concerns for us, especially without Eric the rest of the way. We have to be a little bit more focused and detailed on our approach of how to defend the post play. So you're right, and what makes it tough, I just wish that was the only one that we had to worry about. Well, they have good guards. They got a good bench that comes in, and again, they're very well coached. This is a team that really has it going on, and a true team that has potential still coming out and winning the conference title. And when you can say that, you're most certainly one of the top teams in the country.